Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Ryuz and welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to another Onmyoji guide video. This time we're going to clear chapter 5. It's been a while, isn't it? In this chapter we don't actually need our own deck to clear it, because we will be using a special deck the story provides. I'll explain it a bit later. In this chapter we only have battles in part 2, 4 and 5, but part 5 has 3 battles, and if you lose one of those battles, you will have to do it all over again. So let's get started right away. For the first battle of this chapter, we have to use Hakuro to protect Kusa. For our hand, I would definitely always try to keep penetrating shot and sharpshoot in hand. You can also keep the level 2 card that lets you take no damage until the end of next turn. Our buff for this battle is Daruma. Every 3 turns we get an increased card that either lets you level up your Shikigami, give them 2 attack permanently, or 2 health permanently. The game plan here is quite simple. Try to not let Hakuro and Kusa die, and keep your cards until you can one-shot kill the opponent's Shikigami, so you don't waste your moves. Most of the time you want to kill the opponent's Hoka just because she has a lot of dangerous projectiles that can easily kill Kusa. Also, at the start of our turn, Kusa will roll a dice. If it lands on 5, Kusa will move to the combat zone. On our turn, we're just going to attack, then use protection to attack one more time and pass. They will activate Curse Blade, then attack with Yuki Omna, killing our Hakuro. This is why I said try to keep your Hakuro alive, because as soon as your Hakuro dies, stuff like this happens. And as for the increased card, you always want to use it to level up your Shikigami until you max them. After that, you're free to use whichever you like, but I will mostly pick the attack boot. On our turn, we're going to use Penetrating Shot to kill Hooka and a random Shikigami on their standby zone. Then just attack directly to move Kusa back to the standby zone and pass. On their turn, they will boost Yamausagi attack, then attack our Hakuro. You can use Protective Will for Hakuro when you want to attack but her health is low, or for Kusa when her health is really low. Well, that's the gist of what you should do and what you should not do during this battle. So we're just going to fast forward a bit because we still have a lot of battle to go through. Now, for this moment, you want to use all that you have to kill Yamausagi, because that form will definitely make you lose no matter what you do. We're going to use Protective Will on Hakuro, then attack Yamausagi and attack one more time using Protection to kill her.
これでやっと雪原の余地は永遠に続く。炎の中に命の意味を探すのです。果てなき炎の海で眠りなさい。王からの祝福です。
And that's about it for the first battle of this chapter. On to the next one. The second battle is relatively easier than the previous one. For our hand, I would definitely keep a copy of Wind Strike and Wind Blast. Our buff is still the same as the previous battle. Also, about the Pacifying Flute, I would not recommend using that card unless your Otengu already has a really high attack from killing Shikigami, because that card will stun you for a good 2 turns. In this battle, you mostly want to kill either Umibozu or Shuten, because Umibozu heal is really annoying, and Shuten being alive is quite a bother since he has high attack.
I
俺様の出番か。たくさん飲んだかの。この勝負勝ったも同然。
We attack and kill Shuten, then use Wind Strike on Yamawaro and pass. I would have used it on Umibozu if I had enough attack.
やりすぎちまった。おとなしく丘に帰るんじゃ。
Then they attack with Umibozu and pass. On our turn, we're going to level up Otengu, then attack directly and pass. On their turn, they will put a form on Hakuro, then activate Double Strike only to get killed. Our health is dangerously low. So we are going to activate Dark Feather Blade, then we are forced to use our flute. Do not ever do this when your health is lower than 15, because if you do, you are good as dead. And we are going to fast forward a bit just to save time. Also, you want to use Wings of Valor when you can attack directly, because you can pretty much get a thick shield from using it, and it is especially handy when your Otengu is low on health. And that's it for the second battle. It's quite easy, isn't it? Moving on with the next one. We are finally at the last stage of this chapter. Now this is where you have to make every card you use count. Here you have to be careful of Ubume and Kusa. Ubume because of her high base attack, and Kusa because of her forms. The opponent buff is whenever their Shikigami revives, they either gain range, piercing, or unyielding. The most annoying one would be range, because we don't really have that much of targeting projectile cards. On their turn, they will put Shadowing on Ubume, then attack. Now that the opponents put that form on Ubume, you have to kill it right away. That form will definitely screw you over in the long run. On their turn, they will attack with Inugami, then activate his stats boost spell. We're going to fast forward to the important parts so we don't waste time. If you got Featherblade Storm, I would suggest save it until you get at least 2 copies, so you can use it right away to wipe the opponent's Shikigami. I also misclicked here and it could have cost me the game. I wanted to use the one that spreads my attack to all of their Shikigami. On our turn, because we have 10 attack, we can use Sengu Disperse to spread our attack to all of their Shikigami, killing Kusa and Ubume. Then, use Wind Strike to kill Inugami. The game is basically won at this point, and all we need to do is attack.
い。
Now, the second battle of part 5 is what I think is the hardest one, since it involves a bit of luck. As you can see in the previous turn, they use a spell and they will roll a dice that has to do with their buff. Every time they use a spell, they will roll a dice, then inflict the same amount of damage randomly to either Otengu or the player. After I told you that, of course your main target would be Hooka and Umibozu, I would like to add Samurai X to that target mainly because of his level 2 form is really annoying to deal with and can potentially ruin your spell setup. They will activate Umibozu's spell targeting their own Samurai X? That's really weird, but I'll take it. Then they will attack with Samurai X and heal all with Umibozu's spell, and of course they landed on 6, lucky bastard. This is not looking good for us. We activate Violent Blow to kill Samurai X, then attack one more time and pass. On their turn they will activate Yamawaro combat card, then attack with Umibozu, killing out Otengu. This is getting worse by the second. They will attack with Yamawaro, then evolve him. Of course, since it's a spell, they will roll a dice. Oof, landed on 5, dealing direct damage. On our turn, we will attack with Otengu, then activate Wind Strike on Hooka just in case they try to do anything funny. They will attack with Umibozu, but they just end up killing themselves. On our turn, we will level up Otengu, then activate Wings of Valor and attack one more time. We should be in a really good position right now. We will activate Violent Blow, killing his Samurai X, then activate Wings of Valor again to get 10 shield, and just to spit on them, activate Dark Feather Blade at the end. They will activate Swaying Blaze. Glad we have that thick shield. They will power up their Shikigami using Yamawaro's spell, but we already got this in the bag and attack for game. This last battle is much easier compared to the last one. The opponent just alternate between white and black chess piece. The white one is the opponent will heal equal to half of the damage dealt by their Shikigami, while the black one will deal an extra half damage to our Shikigami depending of the damage dealt by their Shikigami. In this battle, their Shikigami lineup is the same as the battle on part 2, so you can use the same strategy as that battle. So we're just going to fast forward this battle since this one is nothing special compared to the previous fights.
一位先進。私の肩は残らぬ手には鋭いよ。この一撃を受け止められるのかい。
うさぎ鍋にされる。
坊やを守らないと。
諦めない限り希望があります。今回はうまくできたかな。誰かおにぎはいりませんか。どうやったらみんなの助けになれるだろう。やっぱりみんなの力になれなかった。
Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope you find it somewhat informative. As usual, if you have any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments, and see you next video. Bye!